What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bucco Territory, presented to you by the Foul Territory Network. And joining me today is Josh Harrison, aka Jay Hay. How's it going, Josh?
Good. How about you, Key?
Doing
Platinum
all
Key.
right. Yeah. Two-man show here tonight. Noah can't be with us. Some tough news today in the Pittsburgh media scene with the Post-Gazette shutting its doors in May. Just want to say a quick word, just support Noah, such a talented guy. Really sad to see local journalism being impacted, especially in Pittsburgh. Only real local newspaper there, so really just a tough day for journalism and people that value and appreciate good journalism. So thoughts with Noah tonight, but instead we're going to be getting to know Josh Harrison a little bit better and doing a little interview here, just the two of us. So, Josh, I've got some questions written down about your time with the Pirates, your MLB career, some from me, some from a couple other fans I reached out to, and people were pretty excited to ask Josh
Okay.
Harrison some questions. So, first one I want to get into, what stat are you most proud of throughout your career, from a season, from just your entirety of your career? Does anything jump out?
Ooh, that's a good question. What stat? I have not had that question asked to me before. Like, I don't know about a certain stat, but I think one of my favorite things, and I've told this time and time again, is my first walk off was on Mother's Day, and
No way.
my mom and grandma were in the stands. They were there, and it was getaway day. So that's one that I will always remember. So like one of my favorite things is my first career walk off was against the
That's
Astros
awesome.
in the rain again in like the 11th inning, and I got the shaving cream, like the face. Then like I remember going to the visiting side dugout. I had got my mom and grandma like down and like took a picture with them because it's like a walk off, and I had
Oh,
saw
that's
them
so
underneath after the
awesome.
game. But like that was one of my first that was my first walk off.
Yeah, and to have
So
that on Mother's Day is
yeah,
that's
that's
special.
something that I've always been like. That's one of my favorite memories,
Yeah,
and I got a lot of them.
reminds me of another Pirates probably favorite memory, Jack Sawinski. He hit 3 home runs on Father's Day in his rookie
Oh,
year, and his dad was in attendance. His dad's at basically every Pirates game, but got to
but
see
still,
that.
that's Father's Day,
Yeah,
right?
not a walk off now. That's still pretty
It's
cool,
still hitting
but
the home run on Father's Day.
right,
Hey, what do you give your dad for? Hey, I hit your home run today,
right,
pops.
yeah. Um, so let's see what else we got here for you. So, do you have any favorite hurdleisms from your former manager Clint Hurdle? He just put out a book of hurdleisms. I don't know if you can, if any come to
So
mind.
I don't know if any are in the book, but I had said it, uh, and he used to say it all the time. There's a couple people like the game doesn't know it's important, and whether it's the first inning or the ninth inning, everybody makes a big deal about the ninth inning, the
Mm-hmm.
game winning hit, or you struck out with bases loaded. But he's like, nobody makes a big deal about the third inning with bases loaded and you don't get a run. He goes, the game doesn't know how important the game is. So whether it's the first inning or the ninth inning, he said we got one job to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's to score one more run than the other team.
I love it.
And we would be like, come on, man, we get it. But at the same time, it was like,
Right.
you know what? Hey,
You have to
just
remind
score,
yourselves
just
of that.
score
Yeah.
one more run, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
1-0, 10-9, good game, bad game, find a way to win. And those are a couple that just stuck with me because it was always game doesn't know it's important because you know what? We do tend to put more pressure on yourself later in the game as opposed to, hey, biggest moment might be that third inning bases loaded.
Exactly. I love that. Every moment's important. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, So this one was asked by Jess off of Twitter. She said, if you could take one player from the current Pirates team and add them to the 2013-2015 team, who would you pick and why? And I think I'll edit this by saying, besides Paul Skeens,
Okay, I was
you
about to
might
say
want
it.
to you might
Yeah,
want a
yeah,
Cy
yeah.
Young winner.
I was
Yeah,
about to say Paul was
yeah,
the for sure answer. I mean, we had a good team to shore up that. I mean, make our starting staff that much better.
yeah. I think
Um,
Paul Skeens makes any team better. Yeah,
yes, for sure. But without Paul Skeens, if I don't have to choose him, man, who's got the most personality on the team?
Brian Reynolds. No, I'm just.
So, okay, I
I
was
used
about to
to make like posts when Brian Reynolds would smile on the field. It was a big deal, like Brian Reynolds smile, or uh, I guess he's pretty funny behind the scenes. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of personality in this clubhouse right now.
I
I'll
mean,
be interested to see like how the
I
new
was gonna say,
guys.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, because personality, they would have had to blend in with a good personality.
Oh yeah, I mean, Kutch
So
and like O'Neal Cruz, they get along. There's
okay,
some hijinks
so
going there.
if O'Neal had if O'Neal, it might have been O'Neal.
I was gonna say I could
Um,
see O'Neal fitting in with that team a little bit.
nah, I can see it. Because he looks like, I know I got to play against him in spring training. I think it was 23 when I was with the Phillies, and me and
Okay.
Kutch was talking around the like cage,
Oh yeah,
and I'm looking at O'Neal Cruz like, man, this dude is like
he's
six
different.
seven, and
Yeah.
funny story, we were playing them in Clearwater, and I was playing shortstop this game
Okay.
for the Phillies, and O'Neal was playing shortstop for the Pirates. My mom and my aunt are at the game, and no, this person doesn't know that she's my mom, and they're like, "Man, their shortstop is so tall, and ours is over here like Kevin Hart."
Yeah.
And my mom goes, "That's my son," and they go, "Oh no, no, he can play though." But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but I just remember Kutch did introduce me to O'Neal. He was a super cool dude.
Mm,
So definitely, if it's not Paul, I could definitely see somebody that's lively, that's gonna have fun, that is gonna be out there, that is not gonna be afraid to be themselves.
right.
And O'Neal might be that guy.
I love it. Um, if you could get dinner with one person in baseball history, anytime, living or dead, who would you take out to dinner and why?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um,
Doesn't have to be a
if
player. It could be a coach. Could be anyone.
I'll be honest, it would be hard to not say Jackie Robinson.
I was gonna say.
Um, just because he endured a lot, man. But Jackie Robinson Day is a special day across baseball, but not only just for African American Black players, the whole game of baseball. Because
Absolutely.
I would get the question a lot on Jackie Robinson Day being a Black baseball player, and a lot of times I would say it's not just me affected. It's everybody. Look, you got people
Absolutely.
from different countries.
Yeah.
So just breaking that barrier, and then watching the movie 42 and knowing a little bit more behind the scenes, obviously asking want to ask questions like, man, how did you get through it? Obviously,
Right.
probably cliche answers that we all would expect,
Yeah.
but that's something that he went through that a lot of us wouldn't even fathom going through for one day.
Right. Yeah. I don't know how you could even answer that question as him. Right. Like, how'd you get through it?
Right.
I don't know.
I,
You
I,
just
I
he had
just
no
did.
other choice.
Right,
Right.
right.
Yeah. And so yeah, I would love that. That would be a fun dinner. Let's see what else here. When you were with the Pirates, did you have any like notable fan interactions that stood out? Any favorites? Like someone asked you to sign something weird or something, or
I mean, I won't. I mean, what is considered weird? Weird is
yeah, hey, what
it's
unique?
different for
Yeah,
everybody. But I mean, I've signed a baby before.
no way.
Like, yeah, yeah. I mean, and I'd be like, man, you really don't want a baby. They're like, no, 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 it's okay, sign. And I'm
Trust
like,
us, we want
okay.
this. Yeah,
I mean, I've signed kids' hands, and I'm like, you got to practice hygiene. This got to get washed off. But more than anything, just from a perspective, this is one of the stories that I always like to tell. Being a professional athlete, I can remember before I got married, my wife, she's my girlfriend, fiance at the time, but she was still working. And I remember coming out of the garage, and everybody's driving past, and I stop over and I sign, and one fan goes, "Appreciate you, Jay. Hey, you're one of the good ones." And I go, "I mean, what do you mean one of the good ones?" He's like, "Man, you stopped and signed for us." And I was like, "Oh man, me stopping to sign doesn't make me, a
yeah.
good one." And I said, "I never do this, but look at my car. There's nobody with me. Like my teammate that you don't think is a good person. Hey, he been at the field for 10 hours and he got his wife and three kids in the car.
Hmm.
He just want to go home,
Yeah,
put his
he's a
kids to
human
bed."
too. Yeah,
And that fan, he was like, "You know what? Man, I appreciate that. I'll never say a dude is a good dude just for signing the autograph." Because I was like, I've seen some dudes that are not good dudes sign
yeah, yeah.
autographs. Like, um,
Doesn't yeah.
yeah,
Wait,
but that's always one of the fan interactions that I've had. I've had some other ones that probably need to stay off of the camera because some fans
got
have
it.
used some choice words and
Oh
some
yeah.
gestures that probably weren't, PG-13. But that was me being a visiting player. Probably, I ain't gonna lie, I was probably getting under their skin. It was at Wrigley. It was
Okay.
at it was
Yeah.
it was in Philly.
I was gonna
Some
say I
places
can
where
guess where those games were happening. I love it. Let's see what else do we got here. If you had to, so Ian Labetch wanted to know if you're going to Pittsburgh, where's the first place you're stopping to eat?
So I get that question a lot.
Yeah.
One of my spots, it was a little diner. I saw it on diners, drive-ins, and dives for
Ooh,
breakfast. I know a lot of people do Pamela's on the
Flavor
south
Town.
side.
Yeah.
But my little hole in the wall, little under the radar spot was Nadine's.
Nadine's.
At
Okay.
Nadine's.
I'll have to try that next time.
Cooking off the griddle, breakfast, lunch, small place, but like just
Love it.
fresh food. That's my spot.
Love it.
Nadine's.
Let's see. What was the favorite season in your MLB career? Pirates or not, just for you personally, what year stood out?
Ooh, obviously 14. It was my first All Star year, but that was also the first year I got a chance to play.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things just happened really fast. Nothing that I wasn't prepared for, but at the same time, you never really know what the future holds. But to go from being 3 years in the league to not really getting a chance to play to finding my way in the lineup and then
Mm-hmm.
making an All Star team, being top 10 in MVP voting. I would say that's definitely one of my more memorable ones.
Yeah.
You know, my family got to enjoy it with me. I ended up signing my contract the following year. So
Okay.
14 was definitely a year to remember, and
Love it.
definitely one I won't forget.
Yeah.
And we made the playoffs. It was the second year in a row making the playoffs. So I mean, you're talking adding icing on the cake. My personal stuff was icing on the cake because
Yeah.
13 I didn't play much, but we made the playoffs, and
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm like, hey, we here, and to be able to come back in 14 and be a part of the team that pushed to make it back to the playoffs again was definitely a year that I always remember.
Perfect. Because that leads me in right to my next question from Stilo City. Awesome account on Twitter there. Because he asked, at what point did you realize during your 2014 season that it wasn't just a hot streak?
Always.
Always felt
Yeah,
it.
it was never a hot streak to me. Just from a standpoint, I think I got the question when I became an all-star.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, "Oh man, did you ever think you'd be an all-star?" And I said, "Why wouldn't I? I've been an all-star
Right.
at every level in the minor leagues. I've been an
Yeah.
all-star everywhere. So what makes you think I couldn't do it in the major leagues?" And that
Yeah.
wasn't anything, taking a slight at the,
No.
person that asked me the question. I've always carried myself with a lot of confidence, and there was nothing that I achieved that was a surprise to me. Just because
Love
I
it.
always knew what I was capable of. Now I do sit back and have some plays or some at bats from like, dang, I really don't know how I did that. Playing a lot of games, you're gonna swing at some pitches and hit some stuff and make some plays. But everything that I did in 14 was not a fluke to me. It was backed up by my next full healthy season in 17 with the second All Star year.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the game is just being healthy, and there's a lot of coulda, shoulda, woulda, but at the end of the day, you got to make the most of what you have. And I was blessed and fortunate enough, and 14 was not a fluke because I backed it up with a second one in 17.
Exactly. Love it. I love that confidence because I mean that's what you need as a professional athlete, right? Like you have to believe in yourself. You to
Especially
get
in
to
a
that
game
level.
especially in a game that you fail a lot. I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
if your confidence is gone, you're gonna fail a lot more.
Mm-hmm. It's going to show up real quick in the box score. Yeah. And then so you mentioned some of those moments. Vinny Buffon, Vino on Twitter, wanted to know what was it like getting out of those famous rundowns, and like what was going through your head during and after it.
So first one, I didn't start the game. It was after. I think I came in. I pinch hit in like the ninth or the 10th inning, led off with like a double, and Polanco hit that ball, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh shoot, I'm in no man's land. I got to get Polanco to second, and I know the rule. Everybody's like, man, he was out of the baseline, but you get, I think, 3 feet to the right and left of you every time you turn and change
Yeah,
direction.
and you establish it. Yeah,
Um, but I told people a lot. That's just a stop, drop, and roll. That's having two older brothers escaping, running and ducking under couches.
I
And
love.
I was just getting Polanco to second. And once I
Mm,
realized that Polanco was there, everybody was like, "Man, you look like you twisted your knee." And I was like, "No, I thought about going back, but I realized like, nah, third base is right there. Just slide."
yeah.
And then my favorite one is actually the second one that happened in Colorado because day game, dirt was hard. Remember sliding in a second, and I slid past the bag. And in my head, it happened so slow. It was like I think Josh Rutledge was the shortstop, and
Okay.
like he sees me slide past the bag, and he's like waiting for me a natural reaction to reach back to the bag because like, oh, he slid all the way past it. He's got to come back to it,
Right.
and he's like looking at me like Major League Willie Mays when he stops, like, come on. And I just like get up and I'm like, I already touched second. I'm gonna run a third because if I go back to second, that's a call stealing. If I go to third, that's a stolen base with getting out trying to
I love
advance.
it.
And I just got in that rundown, and I was like, let me pick my, pick who I'm gonna pick on, and it was the catcher that came out the third, William Rosario and all the gear, and I said, this is who I'm making my move on, and I got 2 stolen bases for it.
That's amazing. That's that's a good rundown. Yeah,
So that's all what was going through my head in real time.
I love it.
Caught
I love
stealing,
it.
nah, go
Let's
make
see
them
what
pay.
else we got. Oh, so you have more than 8 years of service time, right?
Yeah,
Uh, do you have a golden ticket to MLB
yeah,
games?
you gotta have at least 10 to get the gold.
At
I
least
got the
10?
gold.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 10 for the gold. I
Do you
got it.
have 10?
Yeah, I got the
Yeah,
gold card.
okay. You got it? Oh, have you
Yeah,
used it yet?
no.
Oh, because I
I
was
mean,
going
I
to ask,
mean,
what was
I,
that
I
like?
haven't I
Yeah,
haven't been back to a game, since I've been retired. But I
makes
still got some
sense.
friends. I wouldn't ask them; they got to pay taxes. But if I wanted to go to a game, I think it gets me and one other person in.
Mm-hmm. And I
Um,
think you get the best tickets left available as
Available,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It's
it's pretty cool to
it's a
have.
cool
Oh,
program.
hey, it's a thick card too.
Yeah,
No,
that would be pretty
yeah,
cool in a wallet. Yeah, just a subtle
it's
flex.
cool.
Yeah,
It's cool. I got it. I got it packed up. Nobody knows where it is.
we'll have to see if we can get you to use that at PNC sometime coming up here soon. So the
Hey,
Josh Harrison homecoming.
I shouldn't have to use it there. I might have to call Kutch or anybody on the team
Yeah, you
if
might
Kutch
have a
is
better
there,
offer
or
than
you,
that.
you,
Yeah.
you you know what? They probably give better seats than what might be
Oh yeah,
available because if the fans is coming out, I'm not trying to be up at the top. Put me with the family section.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Who is your toughest at bat against in Major League Baseball?
Man, I think I don't know toughest at bat, and I had this guy Josh Callmentor. He was with the Diamondbacks, and he had this funky release. And I wouldn't really call him like a my toughest at bat, but I had a game where I had 3 straight strikeouts on, like, it was like 20 pitches. I either fouled the ball off or swung straight through it, and I'm like, he was throwing 87, 88. And guys are like, man, you used to see a 94. I'm like, yeah, but he's throwing directly over his
Right.
head.
Yeah.
Some of them accidentally cut. Like, nothing uncomfortable. It was just, man, how am I swinging? He threw like invisiballs,
I
like
you
invisible heaters. That's what we called them.
you brought up this picture. I think it was after were done recording one night, and I looked up clips of him after, and that
Throwing
delivery
axes.
nasty.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
unfair. Yeah.
With a
So
12, now, if he threw like 95, it wouldn't have been fair.
right. Yeah, he wouldn't be a
It would
reliever
not have been
probably.
fair.
Yeah, be because he was a reliever, right?
No, he was a
He
starter.
was a
He might
starter.
have
Oh,
got
okay.
moved to the bullpen, but yeah, he was a starter.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I faced him in the fall league, and then when he got to the big leagues, so trust me, I was familiar with him. Like, this dude is awkward.
All right. So let's say you're walking up to the plate to face him right now. What walk-up song are you going to go with in
Oh, my
2026?
my OG walk up song that I always did. My first song was Frankie Beverly and Maze Before I Let Go. That was my
Okay.
walkout song number one, no matter where I went. So that's never
Wouldn't be the
changed.
same stepping into the plate without that.
Oh no, that's a feel good song that
Yeah.
gets the day right. And Frankie Beverly and Maze Before I Let Go. That's it.
Do you ever have any teammates with like a weird or awkward walk-up song that you guys would like give them crap for?
Guys change walk up songs so much,
Yeah.
but I know we had some that we would just, guys were like, man, I guess this song gets him ready.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you'll be on the field and hear other teams, and you'll be like, yeah, that ain't it. But you
Yeah.
know what? It's like, well, it ain't me walking up the hit. But then
That's
there's some
funny.
guys, you hear some songs and you're like, oh yeah, that one got me ready to make a play on you. You better not hit
Hmm.
it my way.
Yeah. I love it. Um, what did the off season look like for you as a player? Like, what if you were a MLB player right now? Like, what would this week look like for you?
Uh, Working out 5 days a week, hitting, or working out, hitting every day. I got kids, so that would be going around dropping the kids off at school. That's what I used to do. Drop them off at school, go get my lift, go hit, eat, shower, go pick the kids up from school, and get ready for whatever day got, whether it's volleyball, dance, gymnastics. Do it all again until we leave right around Valentine's Day.
Love it. And let's see what else. Yeah, what was it like being a free agent? What was that process like? Was it
A
the
lot different.
uncertainty or
It's definitely uncertainty, especially the times that I was a free agent, because My first year free agent was the year that a lot of signings happened late. Um, it was almost like a freeze.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like this year,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. And then my second year free agency, I was coming off an injury. So I mean, there I was like, I'm gonna see what's the best fit for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't really like a waiting game because teams were kind of they knew I was coming off of surgery. So, they were like kind of low risk, if he's healthy. And that's when I went to spring training with Philly the first time, then COVID happened. Ended up making my way to the Nationals. And then didn't really touch free agency again until we had the lockout. Because after the Nationals, I re-signed with them before free agency.
Mm-hmm.
And then got traded to Oakland. And then that's when the lockout happened. And literally as soon as the lockout was up, I think that's when I signed with the White Sox. There were a couple teams that called, but that was uncertainty because we
Yeah.
knew the lockout was coming. So right up until that deadline, once that happened, it was like you can't talk to teams. There's nothing like so that was just like I know we gonna play, but when
Right.
are we gonna
But
play?
when,
Then
yeah.
and then who am I gonna be playing for? Just because conversations and communication had ceased. That
Yeah.
was
So
that was probably the toughest
your
one.
entire life was just up in the air, like this baseball season, this what
Yeah.
team, what city, yeah, that,
I'm at home in the spring. This is weird.
yeah, that,
Like
you
that's
know,
what it was.
yeah, that's so strange. And then final question for you tonight: what's Josh Harrison up to right now? What are you doing to keep yourself busy now?
Daddy duty, husband
Yeah.
duty. My oldest daughter does volleyball and dance. Both travel, and at her school, she's playing basketball. We down our last 2 weeks. I'm the head coach, so I'm head coach of sixth grade girls basketball. I'm a dance dad. I'm a volleyball dad, and then my youngest daughter, she does gymnastics and full time dance. So trust me, they keep me busy. I'm Uber daddy, coach daddy,
The
chef
ultimate girl
daddy,
dad. Yeah.
chef husband, everything. People say you making up for missed time, and I don't think you can make up for missed time. You just make the most of what you got, and that's what I'm
Exactly.
doing.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right. Well, make sure if you enjoyed tonight's episode, more to come. Josh is a regular here, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. I think we're at 959 when I look today, so we are so close to our 1,000 subscriber goal here. If you know anyone that loves the Pirates and would enjoy our content, make sure to let them know to tune in, and we'll be keeping you guys apprised of all the off-season updates. And when we switch over to in season, we'll be going 3 days a week. So
3 days.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll be covering all the Bucco topics for you throughout the week. So make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, make
Anything
sure
else?
you hit that. I was gonna say, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Excited for things to come, and once again, just want to continue to lift up Noah, and just wanted to send that back out one more time, just to continue to lift him up. And we're here at Bucco Territory. We got your back, brother.
Oh yeah, we love you, Noah, and support your local paper. Support local
Yes.
journalism. It's important and valuable. So, all right. On that note, I'm Platinum Key. He's Josh Harrison. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Bucco Territory, presented by Foul Territory Network.